Casey Guy 2 here, No Nonsense Know-How. Hanging out with Turbo today. He wants to take a hike. I'm going to show you real quick why I replaced my fluorescent fish tank lamp with this Marineland LED one. I'll give a demo on it, tell you what I do like about it, don't like about it, and I'll also go over the specs, dimensions, and show you how to set the clock and such on it. These come in a bunch of different sizes. I'm using the 36 to 48 inch one. I'll put a link in the description down below if you guys want to purchase one of these. Definitely don't get them at PetSmart or any of the stores. If you get them on Amazon, they're a lot cheaper. The main few reasons I went with this LED is it takes up less energy than this one. It's got a built-in timer so it can shut the lights off whenever you program it to. And also it has the nighttime light on it, which looks like this. There's that nighttime, there's no lights. But yeah, when you have this on, I keep it on until about midnight or so, so I can see them at night. And then at midnight I have it turned off completely so they're not bothered with that LED. My fish happen to be hiding while he's out, but I have African cichlids. I have 4 of them, and then I have a sucker fish. There's one hanging out in there, and one hanging up behind the rock there. So they like to, and one right here sitting in here. So they like to, African cichlids like to hide out. By the way, this is a 46-gallon bow front tank on this. Now, something I really didn't like about it originally is it comes with these 2 legs on here that make it kind of adjustable for fitting a variety of tanks. But it's a universal fit, and it causes it to sit up high, and then you see the LED lights coming out, and it kind of just looks really ugly. That's one thing I liked about this light, is it fit on here nice and flush, and you couldn't see any light reflecting out from the top. So to get around that problem, what I did is cut a piece of foam here, glue it on the front. I took those legs off and actually siliconed up the holes. And then, you might think this is kind of funny, but I took a bead of silicone and I ran it around this whole thing, because otherwise you saw light flashing through like that. Like I still have a tiny little gap right there because this hinge is broken off. But, siliconed it over here too. So now this thing just sits on here nice and sleek and flush, and I like that. So that would be one thing I don't like, the fact that it is a universal fit. Now, I've had this on here for about 2 or 3 years now, and I really like it, but one problem I did have is the transformer where it plugs into the wall went bad. So I called them, and they were able to send me a new one, and I like the fact that the plug actually, the transformer is separate from where it connects in here, so I didn't have to replace the whole unit, so that was pretty sweet. Now, the overall length of this thing is 34 3/4 inches long, and then it's about 5 inches wide. Another problem I ran into is the white LEDs run along here, and then the blue ones are in the center here. So when I put this on, the rear LEDs are actually covered up a little bit, as you can see, because the glass on my tank only comes up to about here. So, you got to keep that into consideration if you're getting this. However, it didn't really bother me because this thing's still super bright anyway, and, so... I definitely noticed with the LED as well, you see that glimmering back there. If you have water from your filter, you get a lot more, whatever that's called, the glitter effect in the water. And especially after you clean this tank, if it's dirty, you can just see the LEDs beaming through and all that crud floating around in there. You're going to see that real clear. So you don't really get that so much with the fluorescent light, but it hasn't been a problem. And like I said, I kind of like the fact that the water looks neat back there like that. These guys love to dig holes in here. It's hilarious. I love African cichlids. They're my favorite fish. I really love them. I've had these for about 6 years now, so they're old. But, I don't feed them too much. And, they're healthy. So here's another thing I don't like about this thing. It doesn't have a backup battery in it, so every time you lose power, you lose the time and the settings in here. It's kind of a pain in the butt, So the way this thing works, you got 2 buttons. You press this white one, that shuts the white light off. You press the blue one, that turns the blue light on. Press the white, now both the blue light are on. You can turn the blue off as well. You can't even notice that when the white's on. Anyway, so you got AM and PM. To set the clock, you hold both these down. And after a few seconds, it'll begin flashing. So this white one right here, you adjust your hour, and this one, you adjust the minutes, and then it'll do what it just did there. Once you stop messing with the buttons, it'll set. So to set your timers, you hold this one here, the white one, to set when the daylight, lights come on. So it'll say on. And see, this is very time-consuming to do. So this is set to come on at 10 a.m. So you can scroll through, whatever. I'll put this on to come on at 8 a.m. And then you let that set, take some time, and then it'll be set. And then once you let that sit, then it'll say off. So when you want the white light to shut off. So it shuts off at 8 p.m. Okay, great. Now I gotta wait for this thing to stop flashing again. Then you hit the blue one for when you want your blue light to come on. So you press and hold that. And then it says on. Then, now what's annoying to me is the factory setting is 9 o'clock. Well, that's kind of stupid because the factory setting for the white light is to turn off at 8, you know, so now I got to scroll this all the way through and get back to, well, I might have passed it, get back to 8 o'clock, boom. And so now, now the white light will shut off at 8 and the blue light will come on at 8. And then it's going to ask me when I want the blue light to shut off. I want that to shut off about midnight. So, boom, it's shutting off at 10 from the factory. Oops. So we'll put that shut off at 12:02 a.m. So boom, it's set, but then you lose power and you got to go through that whole process again. So that's kind of annoying. So like I said, I've owned this thing for 2 years. I definitely give it my seal of approval. I'll be holding on to Old Reliable though in case this thing fails. They're kind of pricey, but in my opinion, it's well worth the investment because having that timer to shut the lights on and off is awesome. And when the blue light's on at night, it looks really cool. Let's do another shot of that. So yeah, when you're hanging out at home at night, this blue light, this video actually doesn't do it justice, by the way. I don't know why it's coming out kind of crummy in the video. So yeah, if you want to purchase one of these puppies, be sure to check out the links below. I gave you the dimensions for the biggest one, so I'm going to put the other sizes in there as well. And I wish you luck with yours if you get it. It's been a great piece for me, and I hope you found this helpful. Give me a thumbs up if it did. Definitely appreciate that. And consider checking out the channel. I got videos of all sorts on there, mostly how-to stuff. Hope you appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Till next time, no nonsense, no how. KZ Guy 2. Y'all have a good night.